And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I will be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. And I do hope all of you have had a wonderful weekend. It's a rainy night in my neck of the woods. Yeah, I can hear it outside, yeah. Happy Fisherman's Birthday to those of you celebrating the feast of St. John the Fisherman. I know my St. John listeners most likely may not be on with me tonight. And those from other parts of the West Coast who may have gone down for the celebration. But we still say we know all are going to listen to it as soon as all get home in the morning. So we say a special good night or good morning to each and every one of you. To our UK listeners, we say a special good morning to you all. All our European listeners, those of you listening whichever part of Europe, we say good morning to you. Those of you listening in North America, we say good evening and good night to you. And in some instances, we even have to say good afternoon. Those of you over on the West Coast, still afternoon over there, is it? Still daylight, everything. And we say a good night to all of you joining us on the YouTube, all of you joining us on the Facebook, all of you joining us as well via We Noise Radio, We Noise TV. What a week this shall be, yeah? Remember, this Friday we are having our gospel and our prayer and worship session, so you all will be able to call and pray or read your scripture, so on. So start your preparations for that from now, eh? Yeah, get your piece of scripture. Or charge up the prayers, yeah? Nothing better than a nice cup of ginger tea on a night like this, huh? Right, I haven't gotten any reports yet, so that means you all are hearing me clearly. I'm just trying out one of my other mics tonight. So this is not the microphone I usually use. I'm just trying this one out tonight, yeah? Yes, I see all of you under the YouTube and under the Facebook. I can't go over the list tonight. And folks, remember, it is the end of the month, so we've got bills to pay. So those of you that can, please donate. And I know how it goes with many folks. And somebody's calling already. Okay, Let me take a call there. Somebody calling. Let's see if we can take that call. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
I was just saying happy birthday to Anne and from her 3 grandchildren.
Okay, that's Anne. What's her surname?
Victor.
Anne Victor. All right, my dear. Wonderful. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
and
see?
from her 12 grandchildren.
12 grandchildren. Wow. You all must be very proud.
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. Good job. And what's your name?
Keaton Victor.
Keaton Victor. Very brave. Very brave. Very brave. Keep it up. All right.
Yes. Thank
Wonderful
you.
little one. All right. Great. You see, sometimes when I had to answer the phone, sometimes you just have to answer the phone. Eh? So, Anne Victor, your 12 grandchildren, whoa, you're blessed, are saying a very special happy birthday to you, yeah? And tonight we're going to keep the phone lines open for the entire program. The little one started it, yeah, so we're going to keep the phone lines open, 440-7377, and you can call us direct. You can call us via the WhatsApp. So as I was mentioning, it is end of month. We do have the bills to pay, yeah? Nice. So you can check us on GoToFet, or you can do direct deposit. Because believe me, I've seen some situations in the last couple of weeks, and in fact over the weekend I've seen some situations that break my heart. Huh? Only today I saw a young mother send her stuff to me. Nawasa, she's working. She has a baby, and when I say a baby here, I'm talking about a child that is under 6 months old. Yes, the child is not a year old yet. They're under 6 months. And they sent their Nawasa invoice, and they sent, imagine, my goodness, their electricity has been cut off today. They owe $800, yeah? $800. That's what they owe. They're not working. No source of income coming in. And there's a baby in that house. And on top of that, Nawasa will soon come knocking, because they have close to $200 for Nawasa as well. Huh? And if they get money now, the first thing you have to do is study food. You can't even study the electricity or the water and so on, and there's a baby. Again, there is a baby in the house. And there are other situations of other people that I've seen been cut off and so on by Grenlec. And when you check the bills and so on, and knowing their financial, there's nowhere they could pay it. They can't pay it immediately. They'll have to pay piece until they could get it back on. But pay it they can't do it. No. And I know how difficult it is for some of them, because I've seen the electricity bill for here double in the last month. Double. Not the usage, even though the air condition is now in, and so because of the way we utilize it, it has not moved the needle much. Yeah, it has not moved the needle much. And I can tell you that the one put in by, what's the name of the company again? That do the Carrier and so on. Oh God, look, I'm forgetting. Cooling Tech. Yeah, what they're putting in, they tell you how to operate it properly to keep your electricity bill down. So that's not what caused the doubling. It's when you check the fuel rate on the electricity bill. Man, oh man, yeah. So I really feel it for those families, and especially for those, not just young mothers, but there's some fathers out there, they can't pay it either, yeah? I mean, we can't help everybody, but at least some measures should have been taken to protect people against what is taking place here. There are people who, it raised a double, they nothing, just pay it. But there are other people that are actually struggling. Remember, you already have a significant increase in the cost of food. You have significant increase in services. You go by the doctor, it costs more. You buy medication, it costs more. You buy soap to bathe, it costs more. Toothpaste, it costs more. Yeah? Fruits and vegetables. By the time you try to eat healthy, you realize it costs more. Speaking from personal experience. And with all of that, then you have a doubling of your electricity bill and significant increases in your water and so on. It's really hard for a lot of people. David Langclus, yes, it is raining off and on. A shower came down in my neck of the woods a while ago. It sort of eased up now. I have the headphones on, so I can't hear fully from outside. Although that's not how I was taught when I was doing radio in the early days. They said you leave one on and you leave one off, so you can hear everything going on around you. And I'm seeing some temperatures actually over in Europe and so on. They're talking about 36 degrees and 41 degrees Celsius and that kind of, wow. We don't get them kind of temperatures here. France and those kind of places getting some serious heat wave. North America, I'm not sure. I haven't heard you all complaining, so I'm not sure what's taking place with you all. David, I'm not sure where you are. You're saying it's very hot here, so so hot you can't stay indoors. I maybe you're in France. I'm not sure where you are. Yeah. But remember, there is a serious El Nino, that weather pattern out there, the worst they say in over 100 years. And it does cause extreme heat, and when it's raining, extreme rain, and when it's snowing, extreme snow. Oh, you're in Louisiana, yeah? You're down south. So we have to be on the lookout. Folks, anybody that would like to help one of these people that are out there that have been disconnected, people that I can vouch for, not everybody that approaches, I would, some people, when they approach, you realize what's in the background there, you just, But those that I have verified that seriously need the help, let me know, yeah? I'll put you on to them, yeah?
And not in the life, you will suffer like diabetes.
And I see the geezer saying in the UK it's been 36 degrees. Jesus. You just be balling here when it reaches 32, and sometimes if it go up to 34 and things, 36. Especially in those areas where you have a lot of houses out there in the UK and no trees and them kind of thing. How? And I think we have a caller on the line. Let's go to the phone line. And good night, caller. You're live.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
Yes, Sheldon. Yes, Sheldon. Thank God for the rain, man. Shower blessing. Sheldon, last Sunday, NDC had the rally. And they say they're celebrating Sheldon. And Sheldon, I asked myself the question, and many people ask me the same question. What they are celebrating? What are they celebrating? 4 years and weeks going up, and another week in the city governance. And you cannot see anything NDC did to celebrate, anything positive to celebrate that help to develop the poor people of Greater Caribbean Pitimatic life. Sheldon, what NDC did, like they're celebrating the high cost of living in water upon the poor people back, the high cost of living in electricity In high cost of living, in everything that go up on the poor man back, Sheldon. Making putting high cost of living, celebrating the pressure they putting on the poor people back, Sheldon. The people are suffering under this administration, and they say they're celebrating. They're celebrating what? What are they celebrating? What achievement they did to help better the living condition of the people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martin, Sheldon? The children can find nothing. You can find nothing they did to help the poor man better the living condition. I do believe the celebrating also, Sheldon, the statement the Prime Minister made when he said to the NDC in Raleigh Bushejo, the only reason why the other side get in, because they don't know who is the real NDC. So some of them slipping through the crack. That's what they're celebrating. Celebrate upon the poor people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martin. But I want to say to you, the people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martin, we have a leader in Emily Pear, a good team, a solid team that is ready to take our country forward and bring back our country to where it was before the last election. Sheldon, NDC is a disaster, and the pressure and more pressure they put upon the back of the poor people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martin. Well, I want to say to the poor people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martin, I hope NMP will be back to rescue you and bring back prosperity and put more money in your pocket and make your living condition better. Sheldon, have a blessing.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside. You can call us directly. Please note, please remember, we do not answer unknown calls. I realize someone has been trying to call from an unknown number. Unfortunately, we do not have the capacity to answer unknown numbers. Yeah? We would like your number to be displayed in case we have to return a call to you. Yeah? Because we know who's trying to sneak into the program. So no. Now, all you have all your program, all you could go there and do all you want to do and say all you want to say. Here, wouldn't be tolerated. Yeah? I am not tolerating it over here. Nice? Great. So just remember, if you're calling from an unknown number, we shall treat you how you are treating us by remaining unknown to you. Yeah? So let's see the number when you're calling so we'd know who we may have to return a call to. All right? 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Good night, my dear. How are you?
How are you?
Well, I am good. How are you doing?
I just what I see no fisherman birthday celebration. I see 3 men in khaki was on the news. I couldn't understand what they're saying. Well, so like no more fisherman birthday for Guava again.
No. There is the fisherman's birthday. They were speaking specifically to one issue.
That is just funny, so I just,
Okay, now I'll clear it up for you.
Person,
I'll clear it up for you.
Okay.
No problem, yeah. Now, what the caller is referring to there, you may have seen the 3 men as well on the artwork for today. The Commissioner of Police, Deputy Commissioner, and I believe the individual in charge of either the fire or traffic department, I wasn't too sure, went up to St. John and had a conversation with the folks up there. Now, the St. John Improvement Committee, the Guava Improvement Committee, who usually hosts the Fisherman Birthday celebrations, they were informed that the tradition of having the stage on Depredine Street, on Upper Depredine Street, where you would have usually the concerts. So I remember going up one year and they had Brigo, Calypsonian, the late Calypsonian Brigo out of Trinidad. I remember the first time that I heard the song Roly Poly was by Mr. Killer on that stage, Upper Depredine Street in Guava. So there is a tradition to it. And not just over the last few years. It's been decades. That's the tradition from what you're hearing from the people of St. John. It's been the tradition. Now, there's also the aspect of that where the businesses that are there and the businesses that set up for the fishermen's birthday celebrations in the evening going into the night time, because some people set up temporary bars, different locations. There are little gap and thing. They set up little bars. You could go and buy a drink, or you could get a little something to eat and so on while you enjoy the show. It has now been moved from there, and according to the police, they gave other options. That is not what you were hearing from Gov before, but they've been given other options. I think tonight it's supposed to be taking place somewhere close to the gas station. I think is the final location that was given. And the reason given is that, and I did play it last week, was that the fire truck, according to the police, will be unable to maneuver and to pass through the back streets. And in case of a fire, they can't get to the northern side. Yeah? They cannot get to the northern side. And if the fire truck is staged to the northern side and there's a fire to the southern side, they can't get to the southern side and so. So they have stated that in consultation with the traffic department, the head of the traffic department, the Royal Grenada Police Force have taken the decision that the permission will not be given for the stage to be placed there. As I said, I haven't been updated. I don't know what's taking place tonight. I know the Gov Improvement Committee, they put out a notice on Friday saying that they had cancelled the concert. They had cancelled the stage show. I did not see anything coming back in from them stating that it is back on. Yeah, I saw something coming from them saying that it is off. I did not see something coming from them stating it is back on. I saw the long-lost MP for St. John appeared suddenly on Saturday having a press conference and saying that the show is back on. But I know from the Gov Improvement Committee, we had heard from them that they had cancelled performers and so on. So I have absolutely no idea what is taking place tonight. St. John, as you know, they are very lively people. Although the last couple of years you'd wonder what was really going on, but they are very lively people and so on. So they will attempt to have an activity regardless of what. They'll attempt to have an activity. Maybe someone from up there could let me know what is taking place, what has taken place for tonight. But over the weekend, there was another release. And that release did cause a bit of, how could I put this very nicely, disdain, concern, anguish among many of the residents, or as we call them, the citizens of St. John. And that was that the traffic was being blocked on the Carenage for a stage show on the Carenage. Yeah, and this stage show is just a couple 100 feet, away from the fire station. Yeah, and the questions that were being asked by the people of St. John is if there is one standard if you're going country and one standard when you're coming town. Because it seems as though two standards, because there was a statement made by the Commissioner of Police that going forward, this is the standard being applied, that you would not be blocking main thoroughfares. The Carenage is a main artery. It is not a side road. The Carenage is a main artery. It is definitely not a side road. And therefore, if the argument is we are not blocking main arteries, we are not blocking them. We are, if you're using a side road, we might give permission for that, but we are not blocking main arteries, then we fail to understand then how just a few feet away from the same police headquarters, where the same commissioner and deputy commissioners found themselves in St. John on Friday, saying that we are not blocking main arteries. You must have the free flow in case of emergency, because that is where the ambulances pass, in it. Ambulance pass there, something go up behind, yeah, and go behind the fort there, go up. Different people rushing, they pass behind there. They ain't go in through tunnel and come wrong and all kind of thing. They pass up behind the hospital in the emergency, that sort of thing. Yeah, and that's just the emergency vehicles like the ambulances and so on. Much less the fire truck, if God forbid something were to happen on that side of the Carnage, as has happened before. But it seemed as though to the people of St. John that there is one principle being applied to St. John and the people of St. John with their activity, and another principle being applied when it's being held in tongue. Yeah, because this was held in tongue on the Carnage, and the same principle did not apply as to what was applied for St. John. And again, they said this is how it's going to be moving forward. This is how it's going to be. Yeah? I wonder if I have that clip. I should have that clip somewhere here. Yeah, I think I should have that here.
But the point that I just wanted to make here, the decision to restrict going forward is not only within the Guelph community. The main thoroughfares are becoming a very busy place. We have larger vehicles, we have larger emergency appliances, fire trucks and otherwise, and tankers, and certainly those cannot navigate on the public roadway in those narrow and sharp corners. And to erect an obstruction that we know would impede our free access, should in case there is an emergency, is certainly not the wisest decision. So I am trusting that good sense will prevail going forward. We do have time to recoup from where we're at, to get into that place where not just the community and the committee, but everyone who patronizes in this event can come and have a very good time at Guelph in Fisherman's Birthday. And I want to give full assurance of the support of the RGPF. We will be there to ensure the safety of this event and continuing to do so in the years to come.
No, the thing here, and I have no problem with what the commissioner is saying, but you're saying that, and the practice immediately after at a location that one, you'll stay in there and you're watching the fire trucks. Two, you stay in there and you could throw a matchstick and it landing on police headquarters. Yeah? So you have said to the people of St. John, we're not blocking roads. We are not blocking main roads to have activities. So is the Carnage not a main road and a main artery? Does it not impede, because the fire truck can come down Scott Street and get to the Carnage and thing as easy as as if it going around the Carnage? So the same principle in their mind and in the mind of many of us needs to be applied across the board. Yeah, you can't just be telling one set of people because they were about to protest and so on. You can't be telling one set of people one thing and then less than 48 hours after, you send out a note saying the same thing that you said you're not doing, you're doing it for the town. You can't be doing that. Yeah? The principle that applies for town people must apply for St. John people, must apply for St. Mark people, must apply for St. Patrick and St. Andrew and Carriacou Petit Martinique and St. David people too. The same principle that applies for tongue must apply throughout the state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We can't have one set of rules for one set of people and a different set for the others. If you are applying and you say that there's a logical and reasonable reason to apply that particular principle, apply it throughout. Yeah? That's just my say regarding this particular issue. Yeah? I just saying what I had to say regarding this particular issue. Yes, indeed. 44073, I did miss a couple calls there. 44073, I wasn't looking. So 4407377, you all can call back. Yeah? You all can call back. Nice, beautiful.
Jesus on the telephone, tell him what you need.
Let me also say this,
Telephone.
on another topic. You know, I'll just drop a few and then I'll deal with our main one from about 9 o'clock. Now,
Someone silver and sun.
let me take this call first and then I'll get to what I was going to ask. And we have a caller on. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, good night.
Hey, good night. How you do?
I'm good. They put up the stage by the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
I was there earlier this evening before I attend to work, and I see they were setting up the stage by the gas station. But Sheldon, I'm not against what the police trying to impose, right? Chanting the way forward. But then let us move a little bit forward to Carnival Day. Juve morning, that's the street Goa people does use, St. John's people does use, right? What they will do to that street Carnival Monday and Tuesday? Would they send them somewhere else? Would they send them in the park? Would they send them in the Anikan school? Would they send them in some kind of a by road from it to have the parade up the band, to have the Juve, to have the street jam festival? What they will do in case of an emergency like that? You understand? So I am looking all the way forward, and as you rightfully said, what good for the goose, good for the gander. If it's good for tongue people, it's not good for country people. You can say you don't want to block the road in Guelph, and then you're blocking the road on the carnage. That don't make no sense. You understand? It look like it's unfair to we the country people. Is like it's not interested in you, you know, or to have anything, any remarks for us update. You're showing tongue people a kind of a side. It's just like you have two children. One take the jack. You're beating him bad. But the other one come back and take seeing the jack what you fry. And you say, okay, no problem. You know, so you spare one and you're beating the other one. It don't make no sense. Yeah, so I think if you're going forward, it must go across the board, and people must see that if you're strict in the country, you must also strict in tongue. And at the same time, what is the way going forward for Carnival Monday and Tuesday with that street in Guam? Thank you, Sheldon. Have a good night.
All right, great. And again, yeah, it's an interesting question. What is the way forward for activities like Carnival and so on going forward? But again, they said this is not only going to be applied to Guelph, it's going to be applied across the board. And again, we've seen what has taken place in town. Yeah, so we've seen what has taken place in the town of St. George. So let's see how it develops from here. But I'm saying if you're applying a principle, apply the principle across the board. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night, my dear. You're live. Go right ahead.
Oh, Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
Good night. How are you doing?
I am quite fine.
What I'm saying, Sheldon, I'm feeling so, I can't even express myself. Because the thing about it is, why is only one set of people that this whole Grenada belong only to Deacon? And Deacon just want to do what he want, and he holds the trailer where he have the just doing anything and saying anything. Why they try to pressure people to kill them one by one? Why they doing that? Yeah? I don't understand. No, all right. We're not saying that what they're doing, we're not saying that we're looking at them, but they're doing all kind of things to put their foot deeper in Tegua mode. Because the thing about it is, all know they didn't really doing anything all the time, but now they're doing because they realize they won't be back there. So they're doing all them kind of things to see they could pressure people. You know? This is not good enough at all. Because, all right, the tongue belongs to Claudette Joseph, right? The tongue belongs to she. Like, whatever she say, go. So I don't understand why they're trying to pressure other people and some people going away for scotch-free. That is stupidness. And I wouldn't agree with that at all. And a lot of people are hurting. Because look today, first time in my years, I see the fish market open on a fisherman's body, selling fish and thing to people. That was their special day. They go to church in the morning, and when they come out from church, the priest come down, he bless them both and thing, and then people are then having a wonderful time. All the people majority, face was sour this morning. I was so surprised when I passed there and I see the kind of thing that going on there. Sheldon, this deacon, he eating the corn and he go dead with the corn because he playing and saying how he is like a Jesus. Like go blaspheming and he go see where he put in the foot. Good night, darling. Have a blessed night.
All right. Good night, caller.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and that blaspheming, I tell you, this cultish behavior. We had to check on this thing. This cultish behavior. This thing about how Tillman, I don't even want to repeat some of the stuff that they say, but you heard those blasphemous statements made from the platform. This is the same person been circling all church. They're circling all church. For the last 2 months or so, they're trying to circle to all different churches. Yet still, they didn't learn anything in all those churches they go to because they stand up on the platform on Sunday blaspheming. Yeah? They learn nothing. With all the church they go, they ain't learn nothing. Because they still come blaspheming. Yeah? And again, folks, 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. I think we have a call online. Hello, good night.
I am the voice of one crying out in the wilderness, Sheldon.
Hey, good night, Pastor. How are you doing?
By God's grace, I'm doing good. How are you and the boys?
Oh, we're good, man. We're good.
You're wonderful. Sheldon, I'm very much concerned. The present situation as it relates to the step that the Commissioner of Police and the guys in the Gabardina took as the restriction that the people in Guav must not really erect the stage where they traditionally done it.
Mm-hmm.
I quite agree with the statement that the Commissioner of Police made. I got to be reasonable as it relates to the fire truck. Because if you notice that where the fire station is in Guam and where they have to erect the stage over the past years, I mean, the stage has been erected there and nothing basically did not happen. But let me agree with the Commissioner of Police and his guys for a while. Very much reasonable. But then when you can be able to restrict them from doing that, and less than 48 hours, you block the whole carnage. You block the carnage. Sheldon Scott, God forbid that Hubbard was not on fire. Where the fire truck would have come in. You have your police headquarters on the carnage. God forbid if the police headquarters was on fire. Where will the fire truck pass?
Well, Pastor, I would say in that case, the fire truck was just a few feet away. So
exactly right. But let us suppose.
But the other side was a different story.
Yeah. Let us suppose that Coates was on fire. The post office, the revenue department. Let us suppose that, God forbid, that there was a major accident down Maurice Bishop Highway. Where will the ambulance pass to come in? You see, we have to be very careful. You see, this is how you have people to rebel against government and their decision. Now, the question that I need to ask, is it they have something against the MP in Guav?
Well,
something is not right.
Let me say this, huh? I believe the thing was part set up, honestly.
I totally believe that.
I believe this thing was to try and give the MP some sort of boost, because as it is right now, they realize that she will, not she might, I'm saying that she will lose the St. John seat, and they see no path to being able to win the election without the St. John seat. I don't see any path for them anyway. So I believe this one halfway is to make her look like some sort of hero, that she came in to save the day. So she has come in and she's saving the day. Look what she's done. She's been able to get, but even that, she just basically came, had a press conference Saturday and repeat everything the police said the day before. You know, the only difference is the thing going up until 2 o'clock in the morning. But the same thing the police say is the same thing that she come and say. Nothing new. She ain't change anything. She ain't save anything.
I agree to Sheldon Scott. maybe they try to give her a boost.
Yeah.
But what she does not realize, less than 48 hours, it would have backfired with what took place on the carnage.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Sheldon, listen, there is a fly in the milk. There is definitely a fly in the milk. Have a blessed night, bro. Have a blessed night.
Thank you very much,
There is a
Pastor.
fly in the milk, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. And folks, I also, before 9 o'clock gets here, I want to mention another issue. And that is simply the issue of Venezuela. Now, when Hurricane Ivan hit Grenada, when houses were flattened, roof gone, agriculture wiped out, all sorts of things, one of the countries that we saw send planes, send boat, all kind of thing to this island was Venezuela. You may agree with their politics. You may not agree with their politics. They were a friend in our time of need. They were here. The people living in the Simon Bolivar housing scheme can tell you that Venezuela was a friend to Grenada in our time of need. Yes, those houses in La Colombe were built by the Venezuelans, as a gift to the Grenadian people after Hurricane Ivan. I'm not saying that we have the means to go in Venezuela and build houses. I'm not saying that we have the means to send boats and planes and so to Venezuela. But I am saying that at least, look, Antigua, you know what they did? They take a few, I think they have soldiers, so they send a few soldiers down to help. It might be 5, it might seem as nothing, but they might save 1 life. They might save 2 lives. They might be able to help others to be able to go and save 1,000 lives. Because what has taken place in Venezuela, we have to thank God and pray and thank God that it did not affect Grenada and that we don't have something similar happening here. 2 back-to-back 7-point earthquakes, 2 back-to-back. The amount of buildings that collapsed, thousands of people that have died, are still strolling and scraping through to see where the government of Grenada is leading some effort to at least send a half a container of food down to Venezuela, which is the first country that the interim president of Venezuela visited, and which is the country that right now is very silent, which is the country that right now has gotten very silent when Venezuela needs us most. Forget their government, their people. The U.S. government is in there. So if you're afraid what the Americans say, they ask them to send a plane and pick up some of we here to bring down to Venezuela to help. Send some of your disaster people to Venezuela to help. You ain't even say, well, we open a bank account and let me see if people give her $2, $3, even if it's that 2,000 or 3,000 US or whatever. And you take it and you buy goods and you say, well, okay, we're sending this down to Venezuela by special plane. The US might pass through and collect it and bring it down. Nothing like that is taking place. It is glaring. Grenada and Venezuela have historical connections. There are people that I know here in Grenada that were born in Venezuela. And there are many Grenadians who reside in Venezuela right now. We even hear we government saying to us, well, we check up on all Grenadians living in Venezuela and they're okay. Or we don't know their status. Or we're trying to find out about them. All we see is one thing come out. I mean, where is the action? Where is the action to assist our brothers and sisters in Venezuela? Yeah, where is the action to help them? That's 1. 2, because I have a major other issue I want to deal with in a while. Well, 3, because I have 2 more to deal with. Now, there is a serious situation taking place. There's a serious situation taking, and I know why somebody was calling, and I cut that call because I want that person to listen what I'm going to talk about now. Caller who was just calling, I cut the call because I want you to hear what I'm about to say before you call. Yeah? There's a situation that exists at the Princess Alice Hospital right now that is very, very worrying to people like me and very, very worrying to many families in St. Andrew. Again, like there's something against St. Andrew people or there's something against country people. I realize this government is a tongue government and like there's something against country people. Anyway, the time go come, country people go teach all your lesson. There has been a patient for 8 days, a diabetic, elderly retiree with a wound. And you know if somebody is diabetic and they have a wound that you have to deal with that ASAP. You can't tell me that it's not until today they get some gauze. 8 days, 8 days, I'm telling you all. So this person has been there 8 days in the hospital. And there are others in the hospital who have not yet been treated with wounds. No gauze at a main medical facility. And number 10 sit down there like, and she's supposed to have something to do with healthcare too. She sit down there as if there is not, and look where the hospital is, within her constituency. But if they could cut the water to the farmers in that constituency, and she, as an MP, did not fight to get the water back for them, people who could have been producing food that they might have donate some to the same Princess Alice Hospital. And time we change that name, Princess Alice, they do nothing for us. Time we change the name, Princess Royal, Princess Alice, time for all them name to change. I'm serious about it, time for them name to go. These people never did anything for us. Yeah? But there's another story for another day. But you telling me that they can't get gauze there? Gauze, I have gauze. I have my medical kit. I have gauze in my kit. You tell me the government of Grenada for 8 days you have a major health facility. Your patient there, diabetic. Which means that wound could become seriously infected. They could end up losing a limb. And for 8 days, you don't have what it takes to be able to properly treat and cover that wound. Come on, man. Come on, man. And that is not all. That is not all. You have another situation with this. Let me see this one. Yeah. And there's a situation with the kitchen staff there. Let me see what's happening with them. Working in outside, water inside, months now in the kitchen at the Princess Alice. Months. Water inside. The kitchen needs serious attention. Workers catching cold. Especially when they go in the morning because they're treating the workers as dogs right now at the Princess Alice. And you telling me that right? There's a health facility, so people afraid to go to work in a health facility because they're getting sick. Not from the patients, from the facility itself. Come on, man. And these are the same people that are trying to give the impression that they're doing so much for healthcare in Grenada. These are the people who try to give you the impression that they are doing the best in healthcare in Grenada. The third one I will save until later in the program. Let me see if I could reach back who was calling there a short while ago. Come on, man. We have to do better than that. We have a caller on the line.
Good night, children. Good night, Talking Points family. How are you guys doing tonight?
I am good. I cut the call because I know you wanted to hear. You had to hear that before you talk. Go ahead now.
Sheldon, I was just about to call you, and there you go, and you brought up the same topic. So, like I said, I don't know, a few months ago, if you heard me saying I brought down a lot of gauze and wound care dressing and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Sheldon, I'm getting multiple calls to say
you're getting it too. Okay.
Sheldon, I'm getting multiple calls. Of all the calls I'm getting, this one hurts the most. You know why it hurts the most, Sheldon? Because a tiny cut a tiny, a bruise, a scratch, and you're diabetic could make you lose a whole limb. Now, when you hear that somebody has to wash gauze to put it on a patient's foot and the wound, Sheldon, that's supposed to be sterile. The dressing is supposed to be sterile, and if you washing it, how is that sterile? You opening the environment for infection, and when infection comes, you can get sepsis one. And like I said, I'm a biggie on sepsis because sepsis can kill you in 2 days. So sepsis, not that too. Hospitalization is going to increase.
So hold on, you say sepsis. Say it how Grenadian would say it. Blood poisoning.
Oh, yeah, blood poisoning.
Blood poisoning.
Yes, because that I don't mess. That sepsis I don't mess with, because like I say, 24 hours, 48 hours you're dead if you go into septic shock. But I'm just saying that it increases hospitalization because now those patients have to be hospitalized, infection, and amputation. So you're going to see a lot of those coming up. Now we're talking about, we're building new hospital and you guys jealous. What about now? If the people don't survive for when Polaris comes, who are you going to treat? We have to take care of the problem now before it escalates. Before it gets worse, we're going to have a whole lot of people in Grenada with no feet. I just sent out a month ago, I sent out a wheelchair for a lady because her legs was amputated, Sheldon. And when I look at her and she can't move around and she's there and nobody's there with her at the times when she's by herself, who is going to help her? Stuff like that.
I know.
That's little.
I know of a situation where an individual had a cut on their toe. They were trimming the toenail and they go and they do some strippiness and cut the toenail. They lose that foot. And afterwards they lose the next foot, So they end up with no feet, no legs.
And they're going to keep cutting. They're going to keep cutting. Sometimes it starts with as little as one toe, then the second toe, then the third toe, then they cut out by the ankle part, then they say, okay, and then it goes up to the knees, and then it keeps going.
Because I had to convince the person to allow them to amputate. They were refusing to amputate, and the foot was turning black. And they were refusing to amputate.
Gangrene?
And I convinced them to allow them to amputate the leg because they were adamant, nobody ain't cutting off my foot. And they had to end up taking just below the knee. Just below the knee from the toe. They end up having to take just below the knee. That's when they lose the first foot. Then they end up losing the next one.
That is what a little scratch and being diabetic is going to cause. Okay? Sheldon, when I walked in the hospital, I'm telling you the honest truth. I'm not lying. When you see I go there and they don't have no supplies to do anything for the patient, I say to them, if I don't get my supplies to take care of my patient, I'm calling Department of Health. I'm serious. I call, and you can't fire me because that's my right. And you would see how fast Wendy gets her container of all her supplies and nobody else get because nobody opened them up. I'm not going to be responsible for a person and not be able to treat them with the proper supplies. I'm failing them. I can't see why something as small as gauze. We're talking about this big hospital and Polaris and this. What is going on? If you so care about the people and the health, why can't you treat them now?
Well,
sad.
Someone says Polaris, really, they mean the poor is last and at risk. And I agree with them. That is what it means. The poor are last and at risk. Polaris.
Every time I hear Polaris, I get a headache.
Thank you, Anthony.
You know why I get a headache? You know why I get a headache? Not because I'm hating on it, because I just know what it entails, what a teaching hospital entails. And I'm checking on what is going on right now. We want to know what's going on presently right now. How are we taking care of our people right now? Not 20 years from now, not 10 years from now, today, tomorrow, right now, right in this time. But I don't know, Sheldon. I don't know.
No, I mean, you told me something there, and I think the public heard something there from you a while ago, and it given me flashbacks, because I remember in the 2008 to 2013 period of the National Democratic Congress. To those NDCIs listening before, yes, NDC was in office during 2008 to 2013. During that period, and I have the picture somewhere, I'll find the picture and put it up one of these nights. they were washing out the tubes. Those the tubes that give you the intravenous.
Yes,
they call
IV
them?
tubing is what I sent the
The
last
IV
time.
tubes?
IV tubing.
Right.
Yes, yes.
They were washing those and hanging them up at the back of the hospital to dry to use again. They were washing
Sheldon,
and using
again,
those.
that-
And you know, when we came into office in 2013, we addressed that situation. But passing one day, there was still some out there washing and drying and put out. So when the then minister asked, well, what's going on here? Why are you all doing this? They were told, listen, they were so used to not having that they didn't want to take the chance of not having again. But the NNP had provided, so they had. But they got so used to, let me don't show that now, I know if I go get again. They were still trying to wash and put to the back, but we put a stop to that. Now look, you talking about washing gauze? Where
Sheldon,
in Somalia they don't wash gauze?
the
In
poor man
Somalia.
said, the poor man said for the week he couldn't get his dressing changed. He said because there were no gauze. And then if he does get it changed, then they have to wash it. What kind of Those things are supposed to be sterile. Even the IV tubing that you let me just say this, that goes into somebody's vein and they have hepatitis B or they have HIV and you're washing it. You think that's gonna kill it?
No.
You think that's gonna you sending one infection from one to another? How can you do this? You can't reuse tubes on other people. You can't do that. Sometimes if you notice you have a IV access and you don't turn it off and flush it when you're supposed to, you'll see a backflow of blood going back into the tubing. Have you ever seen that Sheldon? So let's just say someone has HIV, right? Or they have hepatitis B. And you go and you put that on somebody's arm and the blood comes back in. You wash it. Yes, how are you washing it? Are you sterilizing it? Is it going into an autoclave? So you're not killing you. You're just going to wash it. They're going to look clean on the outside, but then the bacteria and all
Wendy,
the infection is
You mentioned that piece of equipment. You have to hope that it working. The autoclave doesn't always be working. You have to hope that working.
But I know that nobody's going to take. How you going to autoclave IVM tubing, Sheldon? So it's not going to
No, it go melt, obviously, but what I'm saying.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So
the
that's
autoclave for
what I'm
itself,
saying.
you have to hope that the autoclave working. No, it's a serious situation, and I'll say, if you, nurse, you know we just drop it. If you get some down to us, talking points,
Sheldon,
me and my good partner, Ali, and so we go organize and we go get it up there.
Sheldon, I'm getting dizzy. You know why? I don't get a rest. Because every Friday, when I'm off, guess where I'm going? To Compass.
Oh, boy.
By the time I pack up all of those things in my truck and I go to Compass and I pack the boxes and I finish the day is over and I don't get a rest.
New Yorkers,
like
we need some of all you to help Wendy. We don't care for the support in the NDC. Help her.
There. It's like every weekend I don't get I'm sitting with the patient and my eyes are about to close and I have to be like, I'm tired, because it's like every day I turn is something. This person, and it's hard to say no to them when you know they really need it. It's just hard. Sometimes I say, okay, you know what? Today I'm going to just drop my son off to work and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to rest all day. I know the phone rings and then I have to get up. I have to go buy this, go pick up this, go do this. I never have 2 minutes to even spend for myself. And it's just heartbreaking with certain things, okay, if you don't have and it's expensive or there's a shortage, I'll see. But something like gauze and bacitracin and wound care supplies and these things, those should be there.
No, you see, the government is more focused on things to make themselves look good. Having a fashion show and calling it a rally, and then telling their supporters to be aggressive. Not to be loving to one another and to others, but to be more aggressive. So those that cuss more. Those that tormenting people torment them more. Those
And
words came out the Prime
Sheldon,
Minister's mouth, you know. Be more aggressive.
and the bad thing is, I guess I have they clone me because while I'm doing all these things, I'm there also being somebody else under a fake page battling, which I don't have time for this nonsense. You know, it's just laughable with the stupidness now.
Oh,
But
you
any
just
question,
bother with these pages. I don't have time with anybody that don't talking as themselves, and half of them that talking as themselves, I still don't bother with them.
ask me what they're doing for Grenada. Ask me what they're even doing for their own
Girl,
family.
they could talk from now till the
Ask me
cows
what
come
they
home.
do
You know much
for their
thing they
own
say
family.
about, but you know much thing they say about me. You know much time they cuss. You know much stories they come up with. How much thing they say. You feel like just sit down reading these things. They feel like just sit down. People that just come to me and say, you ain't see they say, no, I ain't see it and I don't want to see it. People that just come and tell me, look, your boy, people say anything about you and so on. I don't care. Say what you want to say. At the end of the day, it's between me and God.
I get to the point, I see videos, I see this, I see
Yeah,
that,
don't bother
and I
with
say
them.
to myself,
Don't
I
be
said
bothered.
to myself, if only they know. But in any case, yeah, I have a different agenda, so me don't have time to
So,
check on these people.
Forgetting all of
But-
them and that, let's see how we can get some stuff down
But
and get to the Princess Alice because they have a problem. Houston,
what
there
they
is
need,
a problem.
the
They need gauze. They have a problem.
No.
They got some this evening, and they were able to treat the person that was there for 8 days without. But there are others on the ward that have not received treatment yet. And you know, wherever they get now, it go finish. So let's see if we can get some more. So at least, whether it's Talking Points, whether it's Nurses Association, I don't even care if it's NDC New York. Let us get it to
actually-
them.
Actually, just yesterday we had meeting and we brought up the stuff about the gauze and we decided, okay, we'll take out $600 and send gauze. But we said it for a particular man, the same man that said they have to wash it. So
Okay.
now, I mean, usually I get a little on the side, and then when I get it, I have people waiting. So now it's a backlog now because I have those people that I usually supply like every 3 months. But I'll see what I can do.
I'm supposed to have somewhere around here. I'll search. I can't remember if I did donate that somewhere or if I still have. I had sent some gauze and so on up last year. I sent some gauze and stuff up, and I'm supposed to have some. I'll check. I'm not sure if I still have it or if I donated that as well. So I'll check and see
But
if I
it's
have some
going
to
to take
send.
a while to get down unless I ask Mr. Watts for his help to get it down.
Don't worry, man. We go network. You know we does network.
Mr. Watts, you listening?
Leave my partner alone.
I need your help again.
Leave my partner alone.
Expedite, Mr. Watts, please.
We had
I'll
to
reach
do-
out to him tomorrow.
We had
I'll
to
reach out
do-
to him tomorrow.
We had to do what
Yeah.
we had to do. All right, my dear.
Yes.
Thank you so
Take
very
care.
much.
Have a good night, children.
All right.
Okay, bye.
And folks, I mean, come on, man. They're making us a laughing stock. Yeah, and there's nothing to laugh at. Come on, man. Washing gauze. I remember when they used to wash the IV tubes. I'm sure many of you remember that. We had the pictures of it. I know we had the pictures of it because I take the picture of it. I had to find that picture. I must find that picture. Just for reference sake. Not that that particular one is up. Well, at least I hope that's not happening now again. Because if the washing gauze, my goodness. Yeah? Folks, there's another issue. As I said, that was one of the issues. There's another issue I was going to raise, but I decided to put that one aside for tomorrow night. Another two that I had to raise, I'll put aside for tomorrow night, but there's one main one. The homecoming. Yeah? Now, I purposely stayed away from saying much about the homecoming for the last few weeks. There wasn't getting any free advertising here. This program remains the most listened program on the island of Grenada right now. Also in the Grenadian diaspora. The numbers don't lie. And that's not boasting. That's just stating a fact. So they ain't getting no advertising here for the NDC homecoming. And let's call it what it is. It is not a Grenada homecoming. It is an NDC homecoming. There are no complaints. Many of the businesses that were approached, that were told that they had 4,000 people coming from the diaspora coming to Grenada for the homecoming, and you wouldn't be able to get a taxi, you wouldn't be able to find a hotel room, you wouldn't be able to get to sit down in a restaurant and eat. So you had some of the hotels because all you know does know going out the hotels. You had some of the hotels who at a time like this that would have sent some of their staff on rotation because now is low occupancy, would have sent some of their staff, so they could go and play all the old mass and thing, but they broke because they ain't working. Would have sent some of their staff on rotation now, kept them on. Because there was the full expectation that, hey, 4,000 people coming to Grenada, we need space to put them some here, some go stay by family, but they're going to need hotel rooms. Nothing so. There's Jody, they're still waiting. On top of that, you see they went down by the airport, people coming in with nothing to do with homecoming, and you go and register in the people as though they come for, they had nothing to do with that. Who come for funeral, who plan their trip before they come on Lime and all this kind of thing, who come and visit family, who come back and do business. Oh, come and register. Come and register. Oh, look the QR code. Come and scan it. And so I know of people that register as though they come for homecoming, that ain't come home and had nothing to do with the homecoming. If they get 500 people coming to the island for the homecoming, they get a lot. And then the audacity of these individuals that doing the homecoming. Because as far as I am concerned, and let me repeat, they might see it as a success. Because having 40 people go up and watch Polaris and say, wow, yeah, look, bush. I mean, they ain't even ashamed to show the bush, you know. They go up and they showing the people the bush up in Polaris. And the people and them for themselves, wicked to themselves. Because they putting some of them on camera. All you go up there, all you see in the bush. Meanwhile, after they take hundreds of thousands to go and have activity and say, this is Polaris and we building Polaris here, spend 22 million. You had to wash gauze in Princess Alice Hospital. And some of you wicked to yourself, wicked to your family, and wicked to your country to even try to defend that nonsense. You have to be an exceptionally wicked individual to try and defend that nonsense. Hundreds of thousands. Yeah? They go, oh, we doing Heroes Park. Man, fireworks, ban, thousands spent to go and hold that. But you had to wash gauze at Princess Alice Hospital. Yeah? How much money? Because these questions had to come, eh? How much money was spent on the homecoming? That the spice planting yesterday, as far as I have seen, that was a failure because they expected to plant 40,000 trees. And I can guarantee you, they did not plant 40,000 trees. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello?
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Yeah, good night. You know, Shalon, is good. It's true that it's really an NDC thing because I had an encounter with one of the people that come in for that. So I asked her, I said, what really is important of this event all you're having? For people to come and register, for they to come to encourage people in Grenada to register and to come back to vote. You know, because they will be retiring just now and they want an international hospital. So that is the main thing they come in Grenada for, to register, to vote. So when election call, they will be back to vote. So it's an NDC thing.
And but not only that, the registration.
It's really the NDC thing.
They have to check that the registration
I don't see the importance
of some of these
that,
people is
and
an
they're
illegal
making
act.
it so like if it's such an important thing that, you know.
No, it's an
And
NDC
so
homecoming.
I
call
can
it
understand
positives.
why people is going around, why the MPs can go and encourage people, why they have to need people from away to come to Grenada to come and to encourage people to vote. That's why the MP is there, to go back to the constituency to encourage people and to show people what they did for the 4 years and to encourage them to who not register, go out in the community and find out why they need this big thing to bring people from the diaspora to encourage people to vote. And the second thing, The rally they had Sunday, I was very disappointed. I look at it just to see what's really going on. I was looking forward for the people, the representatives from the constituency for the past 4 years who represent the constituency for the past 4 years to come forward, thank the constituency, say to the people that we have done this and this we planning to do and we is there for you. So come out and support us for the next 4 years. I was very disappointed in NDC, and I said to myself, I always tell people, it was a talent show what was going on in Montrouge Pasture. Sunday gone, last Sunday gone.
It's true.
Have a good night.
All right, my dear. No, but we have to ask some questions here now, because we can't have a situation where we're washing gauze in a major health facility. We know all you don't like St. Andrew people. We know all you don't like St. Andrew people. We understand that. We know all is tongue. And all trying to make a separation in our country between tongue and country. So we know you all don't like St. Andrew people. That is why they're being treated in that way. Yeah? But come on, man. We can't have that kind of thing going on. So we have some questions to ask. Go right ahead, caller. You're live. Hello, good night. Okay, that person hung up. Yes, indeed. So we have to ask questions, because we hear that significant sums of money was collected by various partners. We know that Coop Bank has announced that they were a partner. Yes, so it means that Coop Bank donated a certain amount of money towards the homecoming. There were various hotels that were told 4,000 people going to be coming in and so on. All you're going to be able to fill up rooms and so. In a low season time, they donated towards it. And other businesses and entities. I don't know if places like Lotto, National Lottery Authority, I don't know if they donated. I don't know if IMA put any money into it. I don't know. What I do know is that a lot of people were going to the States to promote. Who paid for that? We want to know. Who paid for those flights, and what is the total in flights for people that went outside to the Grenadian diaspora to talk about the homecoming, which, as far as we are seeing, is a NDC homecoming. That's why they put their rally right around that time. That is why they got them to come in just a few days, because tomorrow is the final day you can register to get onto the addendum that comes out later this week or early next week. Tomorrow is the final day for that. Let's go to the phone line again. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Shalom, good night.
Good night, my love.
Shalom.
Yes, ma'am.
I know I had something else to tell you.
Go ahead.
Shalom, this electricity bill that are raising, that everybody is complaining about. Shalom, I firmly believe that these people and them, why they're doing that is because they're raising funds for the election, because they ain't have money. So when they put on all this high rate bill on people, that is what way they're getting the money for the election. So everybody is crying out. But these people and them, they're so wicked and cruel. That's why if a person accustomed paying $100 or even $90-something, how come all $600 they have to pay for the same thing they have in their house? Nothing more, nothing less. These people and them is a wicked set of people, and they'll go straight to hell. God knows. Because if they're doing that too, that's why they don't love people. They don't love people. Since Deacon, they give the Deacon an office. Nobody could say they're going to Deacon to find out something at a song and discuss something with him. Nothing. What kind of assignment says that? Yeah? And all of them lying? That's the line showing? Man, watch. These people and them, they have to go. And they will go. In Jesus' name, they have to go because they're wicked. God don't like ugly things. Right?
Yes,
so have
indeed.
a pleasant night here, my dear.
All right, my dear. And let me say this. The caller said that they're raising money through that. Now, let me tell you how. Now, The cost has gone up because of the fuel component of your bill. If you look at your electricity bill, there are two sets of charges. There's the fuel charges and the non-fuel charges. Now, they can't really do anything about the fuel charges. That is tied to the world price of oil. Yeah? But the non-fuel, if they do adjustments there, they can keep the price at a reasonable level for the average Grenadian. Let's go to the phone line. We have a caller online. Go right ahead, caller.
Good night, Sheldon. Good night.
Good night, my dear.
I get you today.
Lovely. Lovely. So he's on now.
Yeah.
Great. That's wonderful.
Sheldon, and something I want to find out from you. I think the Rhino, I can put on some people's names
Reno.
with the big trucks on them.
Reno.
Yeah. Right. Why Deacon and them borrowing money from them to pay hospital workers?
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
Will you pick up that
money,
one?
They're borrowing money to pay hospital workers.
Well, once the workers get paid.
And
I know, but no, I'm
months
saying
now,
that, but let me fix that. It's not once the workers get paid, because at the end of the day, you have to try and figure out what is taking place there. If that is so, yeah? If that is so, we have to find out what's taking place there.
We're sharing 3 months now, people in hospital, they don't get paid. So what stupid is that, Sharon?
Well, healthcare is not as important as they make it seem. Healthcare is not as important as they make it seem. I'll do some investigation on that one.
Well, Sharon, that is true. I heard from good grounds.
No, I'm not saying it's
girl,
not
I
true.
heard from.
I'm not saying it's not true. I need to find out some more information. You know me. I like to find out some more information, so I'll go in and find out some more. All right?
Deacon and them sick, them sick. The control Grenada. What going on with them? Grenada is them on?
All right, my dear. I'll be speaking to you soon again.
Okay.
All right, great. Bye-bye. Yes, indeed, folks. So I'm saying here that look at how they did their NDC homecoming. I mean, and they are the worst part of this. And it should be embarrassing to them to have to do this. That they are doing a series of visits around the island. And you have to bring the people to NNP projects and try and pass them off as your own. Look, they say they're bringing people in St. David. They go in and bring the people in St. David to go and see the six senses and the intercontinental. Let me repeat. The six senses, and the intercontinental. So they take these unknowing people from the diaspora who they bring for the NDC homecoming, or who came for the NDC homecoming. They take these people and bring them to six senses like NDC had anything to do with it. And to the intercontinental like NDC had anything to do with it. Both projects were CBI approved projects under the new National Party. You all will remember how much the present Minister of Tourism fought against the Six Senses project. And the Intercontinental is not too far from there. You all would remember them going and protesting on the site of the Six Senses. So they can't say it's the last NDC, not this one. Because the person who they have as the Minister of Tourism, he was the one, as Ruthman Kelly does say, that lead the protests against the Six Senses. Yet still, they're trying to bamboozle people. That's why I say to my friends, my relatives, people who don't like me, it don't matter. If you're out there in the diaspora, find out what is really taking place in your country, because they're attempting to pull the wool over your all eyes. They take you all up to the Fort George. Like if that is that is not a project at the NDC. That project was started under the new National Party. The only reason that they had to come in to complete that project is because of COVID-19 that came in 2020. But you know when they say COVID-19. So when COVID came, it held back not just that project, but a lot of other projects in Grenada that you are now seeing either completed or nearing completion. And these people take a busload of oil and bring oil to these projects. Listen, why NDC had to do them the project up in Levera? What NDC had to do with that? What NDC has to do with any of these projects except that they are in government now? The project was already there, approved, everything by the new National Party, just to complete. The reason they had to do that is because they can't bring oil by anything that they do. Why they didn't bring oil in Heroes Park? Oh, it's not time to have saltfish sale yet, that's why. Yeah, they can't bring oil down there. They go bring oil down there when it's a saltfish sale. Why they can't bring oil and show all the actual work going on in Polaris? Jenny Simon go there, she sit down on a tractor, they move the tractor. They mean they don't want to sit down on no tractor, they move it. Next time Jenny Simon go there, you would swear she in the middle of the jungles of Vietnam in 1962. Then after that, they come and they bring in tractor and all kind of thing again to bamboozle and fool people because they know they're going to bring some people from the diaspora to come in who will go back and say, oh yes, if you see Project Polaris, they're doing things down there. And they wasn't shame to show all you some goat and some bush down there. They wasn't shame. They had no shame. They had church service. But Jesus, like even the church members who supposed to be in church, normally in church, didn't even show up. It's like they don't want to be associated. Big homecoming service, you take the biggest church on the eye. I didn't say nothing about it. You take the biggest church on the eye, you fail. You go there, you and your MPs. You have spice planting. What you end up having to do? You have to go and try and mobilize in your constituency to get Grenadians, the Grenadians that here, not the Grenadians that came in, not our diaspora Grenadians that have come in. You have to try to get your own ones here to go out and plant spice. They say they're doing 40,000, guys, if they do 4,000. Guys, if they even do 4,000, they must come out and lie and try to say, oh, they do 40,000, all you fail. 4,000 people come in and 40,000 spice trees going to be planted, all you fail. If you all had succeeded, it would have been to the benefit of all of us. But you all failed. Just admit it. You all failed. But what we need to know is how much are we money spent on it. We want to know because let us talk about money. So we need to find out from you all. Up to now, you all can answer of how much tens of millions of Grenadian dollars all you take and pay the investors of Kawana Bay Hotel. You all feel all you're getting away from that question? You all pay the developers. How much have you all paid the investors? Because we have you all on tape saying that you all paying the investors. We saw documentation asking for investors to come and apply. We want to know how much millions was spent to do that. Meanwhile, that to be washing gauze in Princess Alice Hospital. Tell us about that. That is what you all need to be speaking about. I watched a certain news channel this evening while I thought I was watching GIS news. 1, 2, 3 straight news from government, and the best I just turn on and watch GIS channel. Didn't make no sense watching it. There's still a GIS channel. I don't know. I do a cable TV. I never had cable TV for nearly 10 years now. I don't bother with this thing. Yeah? But tell us how much has been spent. We need to know how much has been spent on this. And some of you wicked because you're going and defend that. All you wicked to all yourself and all you wicked to all your country. That is why some of you all have to hide behind the fake names. I am Sheldon Scott. That is me. I ain't have to hide behind no fake name to say what I'm saying. I ain't have to go and create no fake profile. I ain't have to go no what I have to say, I say it here. If I can't say it here, I don't say it. What I have to say, I say in here. If I say what all they do in St. John is a setup because they're trying to give a profile to the MP, I say it here. Everybody here, I say it. or I put it on my profile. I not to hide behind no fake page to say it. I say it as me. And if I had to say that what you all have done is wrong, because all you're running to register this one, register that one, I bet you all of them end up off the voters list. All you go in and put on there illegally, I bet you all of them end up off the voters list. And don't try to twist it to say that we're saying people who on the voters list and outside of Grenada, they can't vote if they spend more than 5 years without coming back. And if they're still on the list, if parties don't do the work and get them off the list, if they're still on the list, they could vote. So we ain't challenging that. But those people who all you just bring in, yeah, for all your NDC homecoming, and all you feel is going to be a easy road, joke all you're making. Yeah? Joke, don't worry, it's coming. Joke all you're making. 440-7377, that is the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. And let me just give you all a note here. Tomorrow on GBN To The Point is going to be Dr. Mayana Charles, the candidate of the New National Party in the constituency of St. Mark. So she will be there from 9 a.m. tomorrow on GBN. So look out for Dr. Mayana. Yeah? We ain't bothering with who they get 12 votes and who get 40 votes and all kind of thing in St. Mark. They could send whoever they want. It's the same cocktail they get in. Come for it. All you could send teacher, all you could send student. All you could send Peter, all you could send Paul. All you could send Caris, all you could send, well, you're trying to get somebody near to Clarice. All you feel people go in and say it's Clarice that day. All you feel is so. Joke all you're making. Same cocktail all you're getting. Yeah? So we ain't bothering with all you fight up with all you think about who all you're sending to get the licks. We ain't care about that. Who all you send. We care about who we have. And I'm reminding the people of St. Mark, don't take it lightly that we win already. There has to be a mechanism by which you win. Because everybody starts on 0 on the day. So you all have to make sure you bring out every vote and bring it out early enough. And remember the number 44073. No, don't call me on the 421 number. I don't have that one hooked up. So call me on the 4407377 number. You could call me on the WhatsApp there. You could call me direct. Yeah, you could call me on the WhatsApp there or you call me direct. I can't take the calls on the 421-7279. I can't take that one tonight. Yeah? So yeah. You need to make sure that you do the work. So if we just usually win by 80-something%, we want to win by 90 or 100. Yeah? Make sure and teach them a lesson that they can't treat the people of St. Mark in the way that they've been treating the people of St. Mark and feel they're going to get away. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Good night, my dear. How are you?
I'm all right.
All right. Go right ahead. You're live.
Yes, I'm calling to inform. You know what you all need to talk more about? You see with the housing project that they're building in Caracol. And then after burial, you know, a lot of people is trying to compare burial with Ivan. And when you're trying to explain to them the reason why this government get all this money now to do whatsoever they're doing, their thinking is, well, it's NDC that get the money. A lot of them don't really know much about insurance that happened after Ivan. So, you know, if we try to educate people more on that, I think that especially the people of Caracol, pretty much.
Okay, my dear. Thank you so very much for your suggestion.
Yes.
And I mean, that one is really a simple one, you know. CRIF was created because of Hurricane Ivan. It meant that the rebuilding of Grenada had no insurance money to get. CRIF did not exist, so you couldn't join CRIF because it did not exist. It is when other countries looked at what happened to Grenada. We lost 80-something% of our housing stock here. 80-something% of your housing stock went. Nearly all your agriculture nutmeg tree down, cocoa tree down, everything down. Yeah? In fact, they're doing spice replanting now. There was a significant spice replanting project after Hurricane Ivan. So there's not the first one they're doing. I see some people, the first spice. Nonsense. There's not even the first homecoming. You had homecoming before. So this is nothing new. And if you're doing homecoming, I would do it around independence. Let people come home and celebrate the independence, but who's me? So I'm saying, when it comes to the housing in Carriacou, they have fallen way short of what the NNP was able to do with way less. Because remember the other thing that happened. Hurricane Ivan struck in September 7th, 2004. There were a lot of pledges to Grenada for assistance. Oh, we're going to help you do this, and we're going to help you do that, and we're going to help you, we're going to send X amount of money to you. What took place just a few months after Hurricane Ivan? In December of 2004, I wasn't in Grenada at the time. I went down to Trinidad to spend Christmas with my father. Was still alive, and I went to spend Christmas with him. On Boxing Day, we started hearing about this tsunami out in Indonesia and those places. They started hearing about this tsunami. And then you hear a couple hundred people dead. Then you hear a couple thousand. Then you heard 100,000. And then it got to over 250,000. It was over 200,000 people that were killed by that. And you had the rebuilding effort that had to take place across there. Where do you think all the resources that a lot of people were preparing to send to Grenada to help Grenada after Ivan, a lot of those resources, instead of coming to Grenada, ended up going to those people out there? A lot of the world bodies, what they were planning to send to Grenada. So if they promised Grenada $100, Grenada ended up getting $3. That's a fact. There's nothing that anybody could come and say that I'm lying and I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about here. So you had that tsunami that killed close to 200,000 people in that part of the world, out there in Asia, Southeast Asia and so on. And the world resources went to rebuilding there. Up to now, it are people that they just never find. And they went to rebuild those areas. So Grenada did not receive the kind of support that was promised immediately after Ivan. Yes, Grenada did receive some support. Then, on top of that, you had the 2,000 homes that were promised to Grenada by the Chinese government. That was in 2005 when Grenada made diplomatic relations with China, mainland China. And they promised 2,000 houses that the NDC after 2008 gave up. That the NNP came back in and get back again. And we still have houses in that set that we're supposed to get that this government isn't pursuing. Imagine, if they had at least pursued that, they may have been able to make the goal of Project 500. But they don't want to talk about Project 500. They should shame to take people and bring them up in Dunfermline to go and see 17 houses when they promise 500 a year. Right now, you're supposed to be showing people, look, the 2,000 houses. Look, we have a 300 here. Look, we have a 400 there. Look, we have a 500 there. That is what they should be showing people now. Because they promised 500 houses a year. That is what Project 500 was supposed to be. But you come showing people 17 houses that maybe some of them might be able to buy. The average Grenadian definitely can't find $500,000 to go and buy it. They can't find $250,000 to go and buy it. Nobody just starting off in life, coming from a poor family, had that kind of money, or could get that kind of money from any financial institution, be it bank or credit union. They can't walk inside there and get $250,000 and $500,000. And if they could have, they would not need to walk in the bank and get it. So that is definitely not for the average Grenadian. So they went and they showed them, they should shame. Shame, shame, shame. And don't feel we don't know who all they're fronting the security company there for. Don't feel we don't know who you all are fronting the security down in from Lane there in the house. And don't feel we don't know who is the person that really behind that security company. They better hope and pray. Don't worry. Lot of investigations had to take place. Hope and pray. Feel we don't know what's going on there. Not because we don't say mean we don't know, you know. Not because we don't say means we don't know. I know very well who is behind that. Yeah? Folks, before I run out of time tonight, let me remind you all of this one. And the phone lines are open, eh? Let me make sure this one clear. The phone lines are open. 440-7377. That is the number you can call. You can call us on WhatsApp. You can call us directly. Yeah? So this one is coming up soon, eh? Yeah, because July is day after tomorrow, so it's coming up soon. Was looking as it far away. That's the 3rd annual Exquisite Affair by the New National Party New York Support Group. An evening of elegance, style, and class. That's going to be taking place on Saturday, the 11th of July, from 9 p.m. at the Top Civic Center, 1098 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. Music by DJs Jude and Small Clothes. And it will also be featuring the Honorable Political Leader of the New National Party, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, Political Leader and Leader of the Opposition, Deputy Leader, Senator Norland Cox, Mrs. Nolene Thompson. Good night, Nolene! Nolene. Good night, Nolene. Dr. Adrian Joseph, good night to you as well. All right, and other executive members. No, it's Jolene is the song. I changed the song to Nolene. Yeah, I changed it from Jolene to Nolene. Right, yes. Dr. Adrian Joseph, he'll be there as well. And the price of the tickets only $125, all inclusive. Yeah, $125 all inclusive. So that's going to be taking place Saturday, July the 11th, 2026. For tickets, yeah, all you see in the names are Aisha Olivier, 917-520-3164. Kathy Albert at 347-262-6818. Wendy McGuire at 917-602-1476. And Louisa Frame at 347-423-2509. So remember, it is an exquisite affair taking place Saturday, July 11, 2026 from 9 p.m. at Top Civic Center, Utica Avenue, 1098 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. All right, nice. I might have to swim and see if I could get President Trump, I could get a visa, please? Yeah, I need to come up and attend that activity. Yeah, I might have to ask President Trump for a visa, you know. And folks, the final one. I saw a post by President Trump over the weekend, and it spoke to digital services tax. Sound familiar? Eh? Digital services tax, where he stated that any country imposing that will immediately be met with 100% tariff. Now, I know that the government here, they're going to try to say, well, no, it's not digital services tax and it's not going to apply. No, remember, to be able to deal with this, to get the payments, you can't be charging us here in Grenada. You have to do it through the companies in the US. Trump has made it very clear that if you impose any digital services tax on any US companies, all products coming from your country will be charged 100% tariff. In other words, once again, our fish is endangered. Once again, our soursop is now endangered as well. So our fish, our soursop, all our products that we send to the US are now in danger. The government was warned about this. They were told about double taxation and all this sort of thing. All of that was considered. They did not listen because they wanted to come and say, well, we did help people. You see, we're doing digital services tax. What we want to see earlier do is a sex offenders registry. So the one from up in St. John, who jumping under WeFM live and all these live and them talking to people and feel we don't know who he is and what he did. The one that did them names so could be placed on it. No name, no warrant right now. But the one who does be jumping under WeFM live in the morning time, wanting to attack people and say all kind of nasty thing about people and feel people don't know what they do. The one who does have the worst thing to call and say about people and on the internet all over attacking people. Yeah? The child rapist. Who does be doing that? Yeah? You feel people don't know about the case? Yes, so we need the sex offenders registry. I know why I say that. We need the sex offenders registry so that such individuals can be placed on the registry. So that people will know that this person is not somebody to have your children around, isn't it? That people would know to keep your little boy children away from some of these kind of people and them. It has been sitting on the Attorney General's desk since 2022. We're in 2026 now. The first person to get sworn in after the Prime Minister was she. And it's been sitting on her desk since then. They have made no movement on it, like they're waiting for somebody else's child to die. Or some other little girl to get raped and killed or some kind of thing again. Like they're waiting for that before they go and move forward with the sex offenders registry. They finding time to write me. They finding time to come after me. But they ain't finding time to go after the people that are raping children in this country. That is I'm more important to them than that right now. They wicked. But come, I ain't mind. Come after me, I don't mind. But at the same time, deal with these situations. What you want to do? Come and hold candlelight vigil and play all your fake crying again? We want it to happen. You all have a mechanism that what happens because it's the NNP that put it together. You all can't find Dia and you all can't find Mr. Cadgington Hood and so on to find out about the sex offenders registry and what was done. It has been on her table since 2022. We're in the middle of 2026 and your Attorney General, not mine, your Attorney General has made no move on that bill. None. That is to tell you where they are concerned. That is to tell you what they're worried about. That is to tell you what they are interested about. They're not interested in protecting you and your children. They're interested in protecting themselves. So they're going after what they consider to be dangerous to them. That's what we want all to deal with. But you go and deal with all your digital tax bill and all kind of things. Say it's a VAT. Yes, a VAT on digital services. What is a VAT? A VAT is a value added tax. How is it going to be paid? You all are going to have to approach the same companies in the US to apply it to pay back to you all, isn't it? And the companies may either decide they're going to absorb it, or they're going to pass it on, or they're going to discontinue their service to people in this region. Where are the companies based? In the United States, isn't it? Where President Trump say if you send any tax to these people and then we go apply 100% tariff? Any company that's based in the States. Companies like Facebook and all these things, because people spend money. You all spend a pile of money on Facebook for the last couple of weeks. When all you realize nobody ain't coming out for all your spice planting, Papa yo, they boost post left, they boost post right. They boost left, they boost right. Trying to get people to come out for the spice planting, all you fail. So come out and tell the Grenadian people. Yeah, all you have to be supplementing now by grabbing locals to try and mix in with these people to make it look like it are people you don't have. Two Costa. I could organize two Costa people and bring to see Project Polaris. I could sit down here tonight and organize that. You're telling me I could organize better than all your homecoming people? And all you know me and joking that. All you know I could organize more than two. King Elvis mightn't even have enough. King Elvis! He mightn't even have enough. But these are the people that we're dealing with right now in this country. If nothing tells you who these people are, the fact that they would watch that sex offenders registry bill and leave it right there since 2022. They make all kind of yap yap and blah blah. Fake cry and candle lighting. After the young ladies were killed earlier this year. And then everything quiet down again. What are you waiting for? Somebody else child to death before you come and do anything? And you, the ladies of this country, what you all waiting on? You all sit down there waiting on them to do the job that you hire them to do? Or you all going to force them to get it done? You all going to wait until another little child die like the one that was killed in Karakou? Last year or year before, the little girl that was killed in Karakou. You all going to wait until another little one is going to work in the morning and somebody come and kill them? Or somebody, a young person with a bright future, just snatched from us by somebody because they come out of prison and there was nothing saying that this person is a repeat sex offender. Be careful, look out for them. Or that you put some monitoring on them. Were we waiting for something to happen again? We forget already? We done talk about it? We done with it? The same way I ain't done with the 2 horse they murder. The same way I ain't done and we not finished. No case ain't closed for us with Neil Franklin and Andrew Frederick. It may be closed for them. No statute of limitation. It ain't closed for us. All you could think, all you close it. It ain't closed for us. We still doing we own investigation too. All you doing all your own, we doing we own. And name calling. Yeah? Names calling. I ain't have to call no name here. Names calling. Go on the streets, you go here. So folks, we have to understand the group of people that we're dealing with. They don't care. They do not care. They care about themselves. They could have go and celebrate, you know. And don't get me wrong, they have all right to go and celebrate. Because some of them they broke before election in 2022. And right now we hearing this multi-millionaire. Some of them, the bank account was in the negative. Who they say they used to have only 50 cents left. Right now, they could tell the workers of this country, win, lose or draw, they set for life. Yeah? You have those that shadowing and have other people holding companies for them and collecting money on the other end and feel people don't know what's taking place. Those that was broke before 2022, they must celebrate. They're going to drink champagne. They're going to eat all kind of fancy finger food. They're going to bring their clothes all the way from Africa and leave the designers right here in Grenada alone. And talk about, oh, we get these things and these are the connections. So all they get from Africa, some cricket bat and some clothes for NDC. And some man that like to play fast with their hand. That's what we get. Meanwhile, they get clothes. And we don't know what else they have gotten. Because we're hearing things. That's these people for you. You know when the New National Party travel, they used to come back with guaranteed things to the people of Grenada. When Dr. Mitchell and Elvin Nimrod went to China, they come back, they say we bring 2,000 houses. Yeah? They come back with guaranteed things. They didn't even have to leave and go to Venezuela, you get the whole of La Colombe. So you get guaranteed things when the New National Party leave. Today somebody put up a post about former Senator Simon Steele. When Simon go and Simon come back, climate resilience money to develop the tongue of St. George, to do the same Fort project, to do all kind of different projects. When NNP goes outside, if you spend $40 for them to go, they're making sure they come back with 4,000. This government can't say the same thing. That is a fact. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you in everything you say and do. Do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. Remember, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, Dr. Mayana Charles, the new National Party candidate for the constituency of St. Mark, she will be on the GBN To The Point program. Yeah, go on, give she a listen, man. Go and support Sister Mayana. And to all the folks up there in St. John, enjoying yourselves, and so don't drive drunk and don't do anything wrong. Enjoy yourselves nicely, because you know Shalon love you all. And yes, my grandfather is on Backstreet in Guelph. So yes, I love you all and I am one of you. So I want you all to have the best. Yeah? I ain't in the tongue and country thing. I love everybody, whether you're in tongue, whether you're in country. Them can't say the same thing. Folks, I am out.
Why should I get weary? Tell me, why should I? Why should I? No way. Lord, 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 the Lord is so happy. Oh, yeah. I'm moving on. Yes, I'm moving on. Lord, Lord. Oh, God. From the cradle to the grave, little by little, stage by stage. I never get weary. No, I never get weary. Sorrows and laughter, time of fear. Good and bad, I had my share. I never get weary. No, I never get weary. Just like the breeze that blowing high on the mountain top. I can't stay still, I gotta keep moving. Just can't afford to stop. Yeah. Why should I? Why should I? Lord, the Lord is so happy. Lord, until my work is over, I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna be up full, brave and strong. Can't let the system hold me down. But when my work is over, that is when I lay me down. For nothing more and nothing less. Till Jaja put my soul to rest. Hey. Tell me, why should I? Oh, I never get weak. No, I never get. Trial and crosses in my way. I still gonna find some time to pray. I never get weary. Rasta never get weary. When temptation comes on strong, I've got to face it like a man. I never get weary. No, I never get weary. Cause in this time where pleasure and danger walking side by side, I can't stay still, I gotta keep moving. There ain't no place to hide. Can't hide from myself. Oh my God, I gotta move along. Until my work is over, I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna be up full, brave and strong. Can't let the system hold me down. But when my work is over, that is when I lay me down. For nothing more and nothing less. Till Jaja put my soul to rest. Hey! Rasta moving on. Yes, I'm moving on. Good Lord. Through the valley as I walk, persecutors on my back. I never get weary, Rasta never get weary. Some say that's what I deserve, so they reward hatred for my love. I never get, no, not to never get weary. Cause my faith in my Father is what's keeping me alive. I don't know what is coming, but I know I will survive. Oh, till my Father say I must rest, that is when I lay me down. Oh Lord, 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 Lord. Hey, until my work is over, I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna be up full, brave and strong. Can't let the system hold me down. But when my work is over, that is when I lay me down. For nothing more and nothing less. Till Jaja put my soul to rest. When my walk is over, that is when I'll fly away. Oh yes, that is when I'll live. say